Hi, this is Charles Collins, Capstone in Communications Class BSCOM 485. Miss D. Sloan is the teacher. Today's date is September 5th, 2016. And the assignment is the Organizational Communications Analysis Part 3, Developing and Training Plan for the Virtual Organization of Choice, which in this case was the Kelsey Unified School District, where last week it was discovered that there was a fatality on school grounds with an overdose of an illegal substance by one of their students. This is an issue that has to be dealt with immediately. Timing is of the essence. However, in dealing with crisis management, there are 7 essential skills that an organization needs to implement in order to properly navigate all involved in the right direction. And those 7 essential skills are, according to coachingpositiveperformance.com, you have to be complete, concise, considerate, clear, courteous. You have to get your facts right, and you have to be appropriate. The 3 essential communication skills that the Kelsey Unified School District will be able to effectively implement policies and programs to combat this tragedy and like tragedies in the future are keeping the facts straight, or getting the facts straight, being appropriate, and being clear. The reason for these 3 are that when tragedy strikes, in this case a school, chaos can ensue, and directions or information can go in all sorts of directions. It is imperative for the school administrators to gather all the pertinent information and simply separate fact from fiction. Keep in mind, this is a school district where news spreads quickly. The decorum consistent with any school-related activity or function has to remain intact. The initial discussion and admission of an activity such as this has to be met with language appropriate for the intended audience. In this case, it would be the student body, it would be the parents, and it would be the community at large. Being clear is paramount in dealing with a situation such as this. Being clear works hand in hand with getting the facts right. Stating a clear assessment of what has taken place and then presenting a clear plan of attack in combating this type of incident is key. There are several activities and methods with which Kelsey is planning to approach this unforeseen and tragic incident. First and foremost will be guidance or grief counseling for all of the student body at the high school as well as the junior high level, because it has been determined that this is not an isolated incident at the high school, nor is this something that simply affects the student body at the high school only. This reaches all levels or all branches of the Kelsey Unified School District, and it permeates through the community. So it is imperative that grief or guidance counseling is in place, that there are personnel ready, willing, and able to assist a student in their needs as a result of this tragic event. Some long-term issues or plans of attack are random drug testing. The United States Supreme Court saw the need for this in school districts across the country, and they did and have implemented policies that is in place to offset the cost of random drug testing, because it is very costly. That is one of the cons of random drug testing, is that it is costly. The pros to random drug testing are that you can find the individual or group of individuals, in this case cliques or people that surround themselves through like activities that can subsequently lead to the source, in this case the alleged gang activity that brought the drugs in. The goal of the Kelsey Unified School District is to find the why. Why are our students fascinated with drugs? Why are the numbers slowly but surely creeping up after a tragic event like this? Others, through the grief counseling, have admitted trying and using substance. It's not enough to express punitive measures or implement punitive measures for those that are involved in illegal activity, but to get to the why, to dig to the heart of the matter. Why is this happening in the town, in the community, in the school district? Why now? For students, school is a home away from home. There may be a lack of parental influence, or there may be an overbearing or abusive relationship that exists at home. School is a way to escape for 8 hours a day. Sadly, whatever the situation, it's both good and it's both bad. The culture of Kelsey is a predominantly white community, white neighborhoods, standard police presence. There's been no history of major crimes within the district until recently. In choosing or deciding between an internal or external facilitator to educate and train not only the student body but the parents and the community at large, as well as the district, was an easy one. It was to choose an internal training facilitator, and we have chosen Mr. Bob Stanley, who is our guidance counselor at the high school. Mr. Stanley is a former substance abuse counselor. He is the person who will have the initial contact with the student body through the counseling and the grief interaction that will take place at the onset of this. As a result, he has that trust, he has that rapport with the students already. In addition, any subsequent or follow-up or training programs of this nature work best when the trainer or facilitator is familiar with the standard protocol that is consistent with this type of educational system. To break it down, Mr. Stanley is well versed in the red tape that goes through a school district in getting a program implemented. And he will be able to better combat the obstacles that will come his way and our way as a unified school district to get this and these measures in place. The long-term outcome or the end game for the school district is to eliminate this incident of any kind and nature altogether. The goal at Kelsey Unified School District is to assign qualified staff to serve as liaisons between the student body and the district. In addition, amend school policy regarding the safety and security of the district school system, and this will include but not be restricted to drug testing on a random level as well as locker and book bag searches. To offset the cost, students found guilty or in violation would simply be responsible for the cost of the testing. The short-term goal in this case is to eliminate incidents at the very least, make them harder to occur in the future. The effectiveness, once these training programs are in place, and again, this is going to be something that is going to be part of school curriculum. The measure of effectiveness and how it can be maintained and retained by the student body is to simply implement it as a class. And doing this at the junior high as well as high school level, it will be implemented as part of the existing curriculum. Keeping this in accordance with a standard high school and college course level, there will be quizzes, there will be tests, there will be vocabulary that will be put in place in order to build retention on the importance of this serious issue. Also, to measure the teacher's effectiveness, as well as with any other class offered at Kelsey Unified Schools, there would be an end-of-class survey to determine the effectiveness of this program. Drug abuse is serious. Drug abuse is rampant in our community. In our country. It is new to our community. Therefore, the Kelsey Unified School District plans on reaching out to other districts within the region to better saturate the surrounding areas, to make the communities safe, to make the communities aware, and to put preventive measures in place to simply get the job done and not allow this to occur again. If at all, minimize it. This is a learning curve for the entire district. Again, face negotiation theory is a means or a method of research with which we can, and the student body, the staff will be able to analyze the how and the why with the student body. Face negotiation theory deals with different cultures and how they interact. And in this case, it's not white on white, black on black, black on white, Hispanic on black, Hispanic on white, etc. This is simply about the culture of the student body of the community of Kelsey and the culture of the individuals that are bringing these illegal substances into the town. Social penetration theory will also be relevant because as we talk, as we learn, as the district grows, changes, evolves, they will get to know the student body better as a result. And they will be able, as the title says, to penetrate to the heart of the matter and get down to solving this issue. Development plans and training programs are constantly changing. Kelsey Unified School District does not have all the answers. They are willing to seek the counsel of those that have experience in this matter, in this case, healthcare individuals within the community. Have them come speak at guest forums and town hall meetings. Again, to better educate. A parent wants to know why. A parent wants to know how. The student body wants to know the same. The district wants to know the same. And together, all involved can and will get to the bottom of this, one day at a time, one step at a time. But it is our greatest fear that it could occur one death at a time. Thank you.